Season 2 of The Last of Us has already dropped, and if you've been paying attention, the differences between the game and the show are pretty obvious. Let's dive into the most recent change and break it down. In the newly released Episode 2, Joel's death hits just like it did in the game, sudden and violent. The shotgun blast, the golf club, and the whole scene feel familiar. But there are changes. Joel's with Dina, not Tommy. Dina's drugged and helpless, and Abby tells Joel who she is, something she never does in the game. And instead of a club to the head, she finishes him with a sharp stab to the neck. Later in the same episode, we see young Abby walking through the red-lit hospital. Same place as the game, but it plays out differently. In the show, it's a dream. Older Abby talks to her younger self and warns her not to go inside. We never see the body. In the game, you do. You're playing as Abby when she finds her dad's body. The show hides the moment, whereas the game makes you face it. Right after that, Jesse shows up at Ellie's door. Just like in the game, he wants her to head out for patrol. They talk about the kiss at the barn dance. Yep, the one between Ellie and Dina. Almost every word matches the game. Even the camera angles are the same. But the difference is, in the game, you haven't seen the dance yet. In the show, you already have, so the tension hits faster. Following that, we get Ellie's awkward moment with Seth. He tries to make peace with steak sandwiches, just like in the game. Most of what they say is exactly the same. But now, Jesse's there too. In the game, Maria handles the thank you. In the show, it's Jesse. And the room looks different. Less like a wooden bar, more like a cafeteria. Same vibe, but with new faces and new walls. Later on, Jesse and Ellie go on patrol, same stretch from early in the game. But this time, things are mixed up. In the game, Ellie finds Eugene's weed farm with Dina, where they smoke and things get flirty. In the show, Dina's not there. It's Jesse instead. No weed session, no hookup. Still, some things stay the same. Firefly pendant, gas mask bong, and a bunch of overgrown plants. Just a different vibe with Jesse around. Soon after, Abby runs into the infected, just like in the game. She gets cornered at a chain link fence as it starts to buckle. That part's the same, but the show adds an extra nasty moment. Someone's hand gets shoved through the fence with their skin slicing on the wire. It's quick but brutal, and Joel still shows up the same way though, revolver first, saving Abby at the last second. The setup's familiar, but the pain hits harder. While we wait for more episodes to drop in Season 2, Season 1 also reshaped the franchise. To start, the show opens with a 60s talk show discussing the possibility of a fungal apocalypse, which is a huge shift from the game's opening in 2013. The game starts in the chaos of the infection, while the show builds suspense with a more thought-provoking setup. The timeline also differs. In the game, the story starts in 2013 and jumps to 2033, but the show starts in 2003 and jumps to 2023. This change brings the story closer to our current reality, making the world feel more immediate. In this episode, we see much more of Sarah. Her day-to-day life is shown in more detail, making her loss even more emotional when the outbreak hits. In the game, we get less time with her, so her fate isn't as impactful. The relationship between Joel and Tess is more obvious in this episode. They're shown sharing a bed, implying a deeper bond than what's suggested in the game, where their connection is more ambiguous. The infection spread is another key difference. In the game, spores are a major threat, but in the show, infection spreads through direct contact. This change makes encounters with the infected feel more intimate and immediate. Lastly, the episode introduces Tommy as missing, while the game just implies they don't talk often. Then the second episode opens with a new scene set in Jakarta, taking us back to the early days of the outbreak. Unlike the game, which only hints at the global scale, the show directly shows the crisis expanding worldwide, establishing Jakarta as the starting point for the infection. Ellie's immunity is also handled differently. In the game, Joel and Tess believe Ellie is immune after she survives exposure to spores. In the show, Ellie gets bitten again, and this leads to the same conclusion. She's immune, but through a different event, since spores aren't used. Tess's death in the show also takes a different turn. While the game has Tess killed by Fedra soldiers, the show changes this, making her death at the hands of a horde of infected. This allows for a more heroic, fiery end for her, adding depth to her character and emphasizing the danger of the infected. The episode also introduces a new layer to the infected's behavior. The fungal network connects them, allowing them to communicate and detect humans from afar. This change makes the infected more terrifying and organized, as seen in Tess's kiss from an infected, offering a more intimate and grotesque version of infection. Meanwhile, in the third episode, we get a glimpse into the origin of the infection. Joel theorizes that it spread globally through contaminated food, particularly bread and flour-based products. This is a unique addition, as the game didn't offer such an explanation, though fans had speculated food could be involved from early on. Next, Ellie's encounter with an old arcade cabinet is another slight change. In the show, it's a Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet, whereas in the game, it was a fictional game called The Turning. While this doesn't drastically alter the story, the inclusion of Mortal Kombat adds a nostalgic touch that would be revisited later. The biggest departure in this episode, though, is the entire Bill and Frank storyline. In the game, we find Bill after his relationship with Frank has ended, and Bill is already dead. In the show, Bill and Frank's entire relationship is fleshed out, and we see Bill's death before Joel and Ellie arrive. Finally, the setting shifts from Pittsburgh in the game to Kansas City in the show. Though it doesn't dramatically change the plot, it emphasizes the broader world of the infection, expanding beyond the game's Pittsburgh. Another big change is in Episode 4, where we get the introduction of Kathleen, the leader of the Kansas City Resistance. Kathleen doesn't appear in the games, but is a combination of characters and ideas that help humanize the antagonists. Another notable shift occurs during Ellie's first kill. In the game, she kills a raider herself, but in the show, Ellie stabs a raider, only for Joel to finish him off. This change adds weight to the moment, emphasizing Joel's ruthlessness while slowing down the action to highlight the emotional impact of the scene. We also see a new scene with Kathleen and Perry overlooking a pit of infected that's slowly bubbling to the surface. This doesn't happen in the game, but it reinforces the idea that the infected aren't just lingering, they're becoming more dangerous. Lastly, Henry and Sam's introduction is slightly different. In the game, Joel and Ellie stumble upon them while exploring Pittsburgh. In the show, Henry and Sam sneak up on the pair while they're asleep. This gives Henry and Sam more agency and adds tension, setting up a suspenseful cliffhanger. And as episode 5 unfolds, the significant change is Sam's hearing. In the show, Sam is deaf, adding a layer to his character that isn't present in the game. This adjustment could be due to the actor's own deafness or as a way to give Henry and Sam more depth in the show. Another notable difference is the absence of infected in the tunnels. In the game, Joel, Henry, Sam, and Ellie face constant danger from infected while navigating the underground. However, in the show, Henry claims the tunnels are mostly clear, which changes the pacing and heightens the tension in other areas. This shift also contrasts with the chaos seen in Kansas City, where the infected are more prevalent. The show also alters Henry's backstory. In the game, Henry and Sam are just survivors, but in the show, Henry is revealed to have been a Fedra informant. The show also introduces a bloater in a dramatic showdown with the infected, though in the game, this terrifying creature appears during the Bill section. Finally, Ellie's heartbreaking attempt to save Sam with her blood adds a devastating twist. In the game, Sam's infection and death are similar, but this moment emphasizes how much harder the search for a real cure will be. The 6th episode's opening scene introduces an older couple, a sequence not found in the game. Joel and Ellie meet the couple, who have adapted to life after the apocalypse. They point Joel and Ellie in the right direction while warning them of a danger nearby. This scene expands the world of The Last of Us and serves to deepen Joel's growing paranoia about Tommy's well-being, a feeling more pronounced in the show than the game. Another difference is Tommy and Maria's baby. In both versions, Joel discovers that Tommy is thriving in Jackson with his wife, Maria. However, in the show, they're expecting a baby, which adds emotional weight to Joel's decision to ask Tommy to help Ellie. A notable change in the show is Joel's panic attacks, which don't appear in the game. While Joel's emotional burden is clear in the game, the show shows him experiencing full panic attacks. The brothers' conversation in the show also differs from the game. When Joel asks Tommy to take Ellie, he opens up more about his fears and the bond he now shares with Ellie, a conversation that's implied in the game but not as direct. Ellie's reaction to Joel's conversation changes too. Instead of running away as in the game, she simply returns to her room, which streamlines the story and showcases her growing toughness. Lastly, Joel's wound differs between the show and the game. In the show, a raider injures Joel, while in the game, it's a metal rod that complicates his escape, simplifying the sequence for pacing. Then in episode 7, the mall setting in Left Behind is gone from the show. Instead of searching for supplies in a mall filled with raiders, Ellie finds what she needs in an abandoned house. This change likely simplifies the logistics, saving time and effort on action sequences. Additionally, the flashback in the show is triggered by Joel's request for Ellie to leave him behind, a moment that doesn't exist in the game. The show also expands on Ellie's time at a Fedra academy, a part of her backstory not fully explored in the game. Here we see Ellie being reprimanded for attacking another student and being reminded of her potential. In the arcade scene, the show swaps out the fictional The Turning for Mortal Kombat 2. Ellie and Riley now play the game rather than pretend, which brings more life and energy to the scene than in the game, where Riley only describes the action. Riley's connection to the Fireflies is another notable change. In the game, Riley simply takes Ellie to the mall, but in the show, she's stationed there by the Fireflies. Lastly, in the show, Riley and Ellie face just one infected, as opposed to the horde in the game. This not only makes the scene easier to film, but also emphasizes the danger of even a single infected person. The hunting scene in episode 8 also differs from the show. In the game, Ellie skillfully shoots a rabbit in a snowy forest, but in the show, she only spots the bunny and fails to kill it. David's character also gets more screen time. While he's a key figure in both the game and the show explores his leadership more, depicting him as a religious cult leader. This deeper portrayal draws from unused game audio that hinted at a more religious side to David's character, offering a fresh angle in the series. Lastly, Ellie and David's bond is different. In the game, they fight infected together, building a connection before things take a dark turn. In the show, their bond forms around a campfire chat, focusing more on David's charisma and less on action. In episode 9, we get an in-depth flashback of Ellie's birth, which isn't in the game. In the show, we watch as Ellie's mom, Anna, gives birth while trying to escape a pack of infected. This event explains Ellie's immunity, something never directly revealed in the game. Next, Joel opens up about his past, telling Ellie how he tried to take his own life after Sarah's death. This moment doesn't happen in the game, but the idea is hinted at. In the game, Joel references suicide indirectly, showing that he's been through similar pain but never fully shares the story. The picture of Sarah given to Ellie by Maria in the game doesn't make it into the show. In the game, it represents Joel starting to move on, but in the series, there's no such moment. Lastly, the Firefly Lab journey in the show skips any infected encounters. In the game, Joel and Ellie face one last pack of infected, but in the show, it's all about the emotional interactions, cutting out the action for more focus on their relationship. So, which version of The Last of Us do you prefer, the game or the show? Let us know what you think in the comments.